Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking the time to attend this conference. I'm Chief Raymond Rael, Santa Fe Police Department. With me today are Deputy Chief William Johnson, Lieutenant Luis Carlos, and Sergeant Robbie Vasquez. The reason we're here today is to discuss or disseminate the results of the DNA test. I know all of you have anxiously been awaiting this information, so I'll try to get to the point and make it as quick as possible. On September 14, 2001, the Santa Fe Police Department was provided with information that a 19-year-old male individual, identified as Robert Terrazas, was portraying himself as Robbie Romero. Robbie Romero is a missing child, and his disappearance has been investigated by this department since 2000. We received information that Mr. Terrazas was going to meet with Evelyn Romero, the mother of Robbie Romero, whom he referred to as his birth mother. Ms. Romero, again, is the mother of the missing child. Police officers spoke with Mr. Terrazas at the home of Ms. Romero, where he consented to provide a DNA, where he consented to provide a DNA sample. A sample was then taken from Mr. Terrazas, and that sample was delivered to the New Mexico State Department of Public Safety crime lab, where it was processed. The result of the exam is that Mr. Terrazas is not Ms. Romero's missing child, Robbie Romero. We informed Ms. Romero of the DNA test results just before this conference. The missing case of Robbie Romero will remain active and open and will continue to be investigated by our department as any additional information or new leads develop. I'll take a few questions now if you have any.
You said that he has portrayed himself as the missing Robbie Romero. Did he ever tell police he was the missing Robbie Romero? And did he ever tell Evelyn he was the missing Robbie Romero?
Okay. I understand he has told several people that he was, in fact, Robbie Romero. Now, specifically, Sergeant Vasquez, do you have that information?
I do. If you could come to the podium, that'd be great, so we can pick you up. Thank you.
At the time of his conversation with Ms. Romero, he identified himself as Robert Terrazas, also went by the name of Robert Romero. So that's the information we have from the conversation that took place on that night.
In talking to his family, they've said that the reference is that friends of his that live here that knew say he looks like him. Is that where that came from, or was it friends calling him that, or was he calling himself that?
At this point, we're not 100% certain how that developed. Mr. Terrazas did not talk to us in detail. There is, obviously, from photo comparisons, some similarities, but I'm afraid we can't specifically address your point.
Can you tell us about the meeting with Mrs. Romero and what happened when you broke the news to her?
Very briefly, we informed her. She was obviously emotional, as anyone would be under these circumstances. But in as much as our discussions and conversations, I believe that should remain private. If Ms. Romero wishes to discuss it, that would be her option. However, I'm afraid that I'm not at liberty at this point to go into any further detail.
Can you say who told her?
Where he went?
I'm sorry?
He's from here. Can you